First of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone for coming. It's long past time that we did this. It's long past time that men stood up for women in a public way, stood up to acknowledge that we have been creators and beneficiaries of this culture that oppresses women, and that we not only stand with women, that we commit to the work of dismantling this culture that is toxic to women. Amen. This is going to be a very brief action for two reasons. First is that we don't want to take up a lot of space. We don't want to displace the voices of women at this time. We want to make a brief statement of acknowledgement and commitment. So what we're going to do is you have in your hands a litany that we're going to say together. Different leaders of this group are going to lead us, but we're all going to say it together. Each part is in English and in Spanish. At the end of the litany, we will enter into 3 minutes of silence in recognition of the 1 in 3 women who suffer sexual assault during their lifetime. That silence will be ended by the ringing of a bell. And at that time, we will all say together, we hear you, we believe you, we stand with you, te oímos, te creemos, estamos contigo. And then that will be it. Except that we're just getting started, and that's the other reason why this is going to be brief. Because after we are done, we need everyone to go over to the clipboards over here. We need you to sign with your name and email address, basically the text of what we have just said, so we can keep in touch with you. On the flip side of that, there are some suggestions for next steps, things that each of us and all of us can do to live into the commitments that we have just made. So again, thank you so much for being here, and this work is just beginning. Together. We have been inspired by the courageous witnesses of Dr. Christine Blasey Ford and the many women who have stepped forward to share their stories of sexual assault, abuse, discrimination, and degradation.
Hemos sido inspirados por el testimonio valiente de la doctora Christine Blasey Ford y de las muchas mujeres que han ofrecido compartir sus historias de abuso sexual, de discriminación y degradación.
Together, we recognize that we are co-creators and beneficiaries of a culture where abusers are excused and elevated, and victims are silenced and shamed.
Reconocemos que somos co-creadores y beneficiarios de una cultura donde los abusadores son perdonados y elevados, mientras que las víctimas son silenciadas y avergonzadas.
We aspire to approach the courage of the women who have and are stepping forward, and that begins with saying, we will not let you stand alone. Aspiramos a aprender de la valentía de las mujeres que ya han dado un paso adelante y de aquellas que lo están dando. Y queremos comenzar diciéndoles que no las dejaremos solas.
Together, we commit to rigorous examination of our own role in perpetuating a culture of rape and abuse.
Nos comprometemos a un examen riguroso de nuestro propio papel en perpetuar una cultura de violación y abuso.
We commit to actively working to dismantle that culture, demanding accountability for abusers, providing opportunities for healing for all people, advocating for survivors of rape, sexual abuse, and discrimination, and raising our sons to respect and value the power and agency of women.
Nos comprometemos a trabajar activamente para desmantelar esa cultura, exigir la responsabilidad de los abusadores, brindar oportunidades de sanación a todas las personas, abogar por los sobrevivientes de violaciones, abusos sexuales y discriminación, y educar a nuestros hijos para que respeten y valoren el poder y la voluntad de las mujeres.
We commit to stepping up and speaking out when necessary, and stepping back and shutting up when necessary so that women's rights can be honored and protected and the voices of women can be heard and centered.
Todos juntos. Nos comprometemos a dar un paso al frente y hablar cuando sea necesario, y a dar un paso atrás y callarnos cuando sea necesario, para que los derechos de las mujeres puedan ser honrados y protegidos y las voces de las mujeres pueden ser escuchadas y centradas.
We commit to taking responsibility for this work as our work, caring for our own emotional selves, and not using this to add to the emotional labor women already bear.
Nos comprometemos a asumir la responsabilidad de este esfuerzo como nuestro trabajo, cuidando nuestro propio estado emocional y no usándolo para agregar a la carga emocional que las mujeres ya tienen.
To all those who identify as women, who have endured sexual abuse, harassment, rape, discrimination, and any form of gender-based indignity, we hear you, we believe you, we stand with you.
A todas aquellas que se identifican como mujeres que han sufrido abuso sexual, acoso, violación, discriminación y cualquier forma de indignidad basada en el género, les escuchamos, les creemos, estamos con ustedes.
As a sign of our solidarity, of our interest to change, we stand in silence and respect for 3 minutes in recognition of the 1 in 3 women who have been abused in their lifetime.
Como muestra de nuestra solidaridad y compromiso con el cambio, permaneceremos en silencio y respeto durante 3 minutos en reconocimiento de cada una de las 3 mujeres que han sufrido abusos en su vida.
We hear you, we believe you, we stand with you. Te oímos, te creemos, estamos contigo.
Thank you, brothers.
Thank you.
Make sure that you sign the commitment statement.